guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special treat for you. I'm going to be doing preteen makeup. No, I'm not going to be trying to make myself look like a pre-teenager. Instead, I have invited the daughter of a good friend of mine. Her name is Providence, and she's going to be my model today. We're going to be doing two looks on her. One is a daytime appropriate look, and then the second is just for a special occasion when she wants to look a little bit extra glam, like if she's in a play or singing for church. At the beginning of the tutorial, I'm going to be sharing a few tips of how to care for your skin and also just to how to keep your makeup products clean and sanitary. And I'll also be showing products that are from the drugstore, inexpensive, easily found. So if you or your daughter are new into makeup or interested in getting into makeup, this video hopefully will be helpful for you. So without further ado, let's introduce to you Providence. All right, so this is my special guest today. This is Providence. How old are you, Providence?
11.
11 years old. Now, for starters, I want to say right off that age-appropriate makeup, I'm not an authority on that, and it's important as girls to talk to your mom or your parent, and it's up to them to decide what is appropriate at this age. So I've talked with Providence's mom, who's my good friend Debbie, and we've kind of discussed some guidelines. So before we get into the actual tutorial part, I'm going to also talk about a few tips that are important to keep in mind as you're starting into the makeup world. So the first very important habit that you need to form, if you're wearing makeup especially, is to wash your face twice a day. So if you put makeup on your face, you definitely have to make sure you take it off and clean your face at night. The second thing is you want to also make sure that you keep your makeup clean and free from as much bacteria as possible. So I know you have, how many sisters do you have?
Well, 2 other ones.
2 other sisters. So there's 4 girls total in the household. So sometimes when you get lots of girls, everybody's going, is this my mascara? I don't know. Is this my lipstick or not? So I'm going to give you a little tip today is to take a little bit, this is called washi tape, and you could have a different color for each sibling in the house or for each girl, and you're just going to take a little bit of this washi tape and you're going to put it around the top of your mascara tube. And not only are you going to put your initial, but also put the date that you open it. Okay. Mascara lasts 3 to 5 months depending on how often you use it, and it's important to just throw it out after that and get a new one. And then the other thing is lip gloss. Now, you're going to pull this cute little lip gloss out of your purse and your girlfriends are going to go, oh, hey, can I borrow that? Lip gloss is one you should really say no, because there's no way to sanitize everything that's in here. So just say, no, I'd rather you not use it. You know, that's how we pass sickness and all that stuff along, okay? So those are a couple of tips just to make sure that you keep your makeup kind of preserved, and it will help it last longer too. Okay, and then the next thing that you want to do is you won't have a lot of need for a lot of brushes, but the few brushes that you use, you do want to keep these clean as well. So just every couple weeks, take a little baby shampoo. You guys probably have some of that at home. A little baby shampoo or some light, mild hand soap, and swirl your brush in it. Squeeze out the water and let it dry. So make sure you do that a couple times. Every couple weeks is good. And then the last thing is make sure your hands are clean before you put your makeup on. Don't be eating Cheetos and then that's not a good look, is it? Okay, and then as far as skincare goes, at this stage, as you all can see, she has beautiful skin. So we want to keep it that way, and so it's important at this stage to even start making good habits as far as what we put on our skin. So not only cleansing your skin twice a day, moisturizing, using sunscreen are really important. And then the other thing is make sure you don't touch your face during the day, because the more, if you can get out of that habit now, it will help prevent acne and different things like that later. So, okay? So now, without further ado, let's get into the fun part. Okay, so now we're gonna start with the fun part. We're gonna start with our daytime makeup look. So for starters, we're gonna start with just a tiny little bit of concealer, and you said you got a little bug bite right there. Bummer. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take this Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on the back of my hand. And this is a good tip, especially if you're covering, if you have any acne or anything you're covering. This helps it keep a little bit more sanitary, so you're not putting those germs back in the tube. You just want to take a tiny little bit, and we are going to pat this in, and voila, it is gone. Woohoo! Okay, so as you can see, you have beautiful skin, and so we don't need to cover your entire face because you've got one little spot, right? Okay, so the other part is I'm going to take this little tiny, this is a Wet n Wild concealer brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of that concealer, and we're just going to pat a little bit right here on the inner corner of the eye, because this is where we get a little darkness. If you stay up late or have to get up early for school, might have a little darkness here. And we're just gonna pat that in until it disappears. And then if you have any tiny little bits of areas of redness, which usually we get a little red under our nose, or if you've had a cold, you can have a little redness. So we're just gonna do a little touch right here and right here. Tickles. And there we go. So you just want to make sure that the edges are really well blended, and then nobody knows you're wearing any concealer. Okay, so now that we've got your skin just kind of evened out color wise, you have some really good color in your cheeks naturally. So if you're somebody who doesn't have natural color like Providence does, you can use kind of a natural blush. I love this one. I think it's so pretty. It's from Milani, and what we would do is just take a nice big fluffy powder brush, and we'll just add just a tiny little bit to your cheeks here. And it just gives you a nice natural glow. And there you go. Okay, so next we're going to talk a little bit about eyebrows, okay? Who cares about eyebrows, right? Well, at this stage, a lot of girls start going, oh, hey, I'm gonna get the tweezers out and start plucking eyebrows. So don't do that yourself. Let a professional, if you decide that it's time, and you and your mom decide it's time to shape eyebrows, let somebody professionally shape it first. But you really want to go au natural if you can. But if you have a little bit, if you want to add a little bit of control to your eyebrows, we're going to use this Duo by e.l.f. And it has an eyebrow gel on one end. And so we're going to clean off the excess. You don't want your brows to be goopy. But what we're going to do is brush your brows into place. So you're going to brush up first, and then we're going to bring the tails of them just down like that. What do you think? Pretty amazing, huh? Do you see the difference between this eye to that one? Pretty cool, huh? Okay. So now on to our daytime eye look. Now, you probably don't have real oily eyelids at this point, but if you do, we're gonna add just a little bit of eyeshadow primer. This isn't always necessary, but we'll do it today. So this is one by Wet n Wild. We're just gonna put a tiny little drop, so close your eyes. And we're just gonna put a little bit here. So even though we're not putting any dramatic eyeshadow on, this helps it stay in place. The work that we do won't melt off in a matter of an hour. Okay? So now we're going to go for the fun part, right? We're going to put on a little bit of eyeshadow. So I'm using this little trio from Wet n Wild. This is the Walking on Eggshells, okay? So for our daytime look, we're going to do just this cream color. It says Brow Bone. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of this just right under the brow bone there, and it's going to help set that primer that we put down just so it's not sticky. And this will just kind of brighten your eyes just a little bit. And it has a little bit of a nice pearly shimmer, so it catches the light. And then the last step that we're going to do for daytime is we are going to put this nice shimmery pink, a little bit of this across the eyelid. So as we're putting this on, tell us how many siblings you have. How many other?
Counting me?
Counting you, how many kids are in the house?
6.
6 children. Woohoo! And tell me, what is that like, being one of 6 kids?
Busy.
That is a good word to describe it. Is your house, I'm going to guess, loud most of the time? Yes.
Very, especially with Sawyer in the house.
Because how old is Sawyer?
2, well, 3.
Almost 3. Wow. So busy, huh? And then you have one younger sibling than that, one younger sister.
She's 2, right?
2. Wow. So I bet you're a good help, though, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Try.
You try, huh? Okay. So now you can open and look, and you'll see it just added a nice little brightness to your eyes. Huh, very cool. Okay, so the last step, actually before lips, is for daytime. I recommend, just like we saw quite a dramatic change with the eyebrows, Providence has really nice dark eyelashes, so you don't need to plaster on mascara for the daytime, but we are going to do a clear eyelash mascara. All right, so the last thing we're gonna do are some lips. So I think every girl needs just a nice frosty pink lip. I think that's fun to use during the daytime. So look towards me, open your mouth, and smile slightly. And we're just gonna apply this directly to the lips. And this is easy to just throw in your pocket or in your purse, and you don't really need a mirror to apply this. But it just kind of gives you that nice little finished, polished look for the day. Rub your lips together, get them all nice and distributed, and there you go. So there we go. So this is our nice, just polished daytime look that would be appropriate for school or for any outings, but it's nice and quick, easy to do. Okay, so now moving on to part 2. And Providence, you were in a performance at your church, and did you sing, act? What did you do?
I sing.
You did some singing? Yeah. And you do sing quite often, don't you? Mm-hmm. For church and different things. So with your parents' permission, this would be kind of a fun way to upgrade your makeup and make it look just a little more glam, okay? So for special occasions like that, because when you're on this stage, the lights are even brighter than here in the studio, and so you can look washed out if you don't have a little bit of something. So we're going to go back into our trio here, and we're going to go into this brown shade. We're going to use this little sponge tip. These really are still useful, and I'll show you why. What we're going to do is we're going to put the sponge tip on its side and dab it in there, and close your eyes. We're going to add just a little bit of a shadow along the upper lash line. And this is just going to add just a hint more definition. Nothing too over the top, but just add just a little extra something here. Okay, open. So you can probably barely see, but just a tiny little difference.
The darkness right there.
Okay, close over here. We'll just add just a little. And by using this sponge tip, we don't get as much fallout. So you're not going to have a bunch of eyeshadow below your eye that you need to clean up. And then we're going to put just a tiny little bit underneath. Okay, so look up. We're going to use that same little sponge tip and do just a tiny little bit there. And turn towards me. Look up. Tickles, huh? Okay, so we're going to go in just with a touch more of that brow bone highlight, and we're just going to touch it here in the inner corner. And just add just a little more brightness, and turn towards me. Okay, and then if you need to, especially if you're stage, again, you want to think about a little color to the cheeks. Again, Providence has a really nice natural color, but we'll add just a touch more. Because we're going to add a nice berry color to your lips, we want to make sure we kind of balance it out so it's not all we see is your lips. Okay, and then next is mascara. Now, your mom said that you have become proficient at using an eyelash curler. So why don't you go ahead, and she's got a cute little eyelash curler got for Christmas.
There. Whoa.
Nice. So what a difference curling your eyelashes can make right away, huh? And so now we're just going to add just a little bit of mascara. Now, I recommend using just dark brown mascara. Okay, so it's going to add a little bit of volume and length, but it's not going to look too harsh. I think black can look a little harsh, and we don't need that. We're just trying to look polished and youthful, right? Okay, so look down. We're going to add this. And the trick is you want to try and not get any mascara on your eyelid, but if you do, just let it dry, and then it will flake off with a Q-tip. So, and you want to keep your brush horizontal, which means level with the floor. You don't want to, you can look up. If you start pointing the brush towards your eye, that's when you can poke your eye, and you definitely don't want to do that. Look at those lashes! Woohoo! You have beautiful long lashes.
I haven't done the bottom before.
Really
No,
good.
first time with the bottom. All right, so now lips. Woohoo! We get to do something fun. Okay, so again, to keep from, you don't want to have to keep an eye on your lipstick all day. So I know you like kind of a more brighter berry, some kind of color, huh? So we're going to use this. This is the Almay, I think they're Butter Kiss lipsticks, okay? So these are great because they're a little sheer color. You can build it up a little bit. So I'm going to apply your lipstick or your butter lip gloss with a brush, but you can certainly do it straight from the tube. But okay, so open and smile. Good. And because you have those natural rosy tones in your skin, berry colors are going to be a lot more flattering than like a bright orangey red. That can look a little bit crazy. So I'll show you with just a berry. So that's a nice berry, nice and polished. It gives your lips just a little more than your frosty gloss does. And then if you want just a tiny little change of color, you can take a little bit of this brighter lipstick. This is by Essence, and we'll just touch a little bit of that over the top of it. I think. Do you like that color?
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. So it's not too bright. Does mom like this color? Mm-hmm. So before we leave you, we got a little touch of mascara on the corner of her eyes. So I'm going to show you how it's dry now. So we're just going to take a Q-tip, and if you look up, and we're just going to place that Q-tip, and you're just going to roll it over that spot, and gently just rub, and the cotton is going to grab that little piece of mascara. All right, guys, so this is the finished look on Providence. As you can see, we just added enough glam that she's stage appropriate and ready, but still age appropriate. That is our goal today. So thank you so much for joining me. Was that fun?
Yes.
Do you think you're going to be able to recreate this at home?
Probably.
Probably. You can have some fun trying. And that, folks, is the main key. At this age, have fun with your makeup. Don't think that you need to put on a full face of makeup. Just have fun with it. So thanks for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!